Everyone, welcome back. Just going through a couple recent mail day purchases, and then also showing a little bit of an investment piece that I did for a friend of mine. So we all know that sports cards is getting hot. It's getting very popular, as you can tell by the rising prices. And it's getting harder and harder to pick up the stuff that I like to pick up, particularly the players that I PC. And it seems like a lot of the prices are just more than I'm willing to pay. But I was able to pick up a few items that I was interested in that I like. Starting off with a little bit of basketball first. The 1987 Fleer set at Kevin McHale. I got this for a few bucks. There's still deals to be found out there, but you've got to really work hard to find it. To find those guys that aren't yet mainstream yet. And McHale is a guy, I have this whole 87 Fleer sticker set. So I wanted to get all the base cards for those players as well. So I need 3 more of those to complete that. So that was a piece for that project for very inexpensive prices. Another very inexpensive card here, a 94 Finest. Grant Hill is a guy who, due to injuries, wasn't able to live up to his full potential, but he's a Hall of Fame caliber player in my opinion. So when you can pick up his rookie cards for a few dollars, I always do, even if they're lower grades like that. But 94 Finest, I believe that was the first year for Finest for basketball. So that could be something that finds some popularity. There's not a lot of big players other than Michael Jordan in that. But a guy who's very hot right now is Kobe Bryant stuff. So I did a video on that just a week ago on my Kobe Bryant collection. I was able to pick up 2 more Kobe Bryant cards at affordable prices. This is the case if like you don't buy Kobe today, like you blink an eye and then 3 days later everything is double the price. It's crazy. In my opinion, this stuff is still undervalued. If the true value of what LeBron cards are selling for, or some of the other guys like Durant rookies are selling for, then Kobe deserves to be right there with them. Now these coming from '96 or from a different era, but still, I just love looking at these young Kobe Bryant cards. I love this Skybox Premium. This is the later, the higher end card, the number 203. He has one from earlier in the set. That's a very different looking card, but love that Lakers purple and gold on there in the background. He's got the cast on. He had the cast on too in the collector's choice. A low end alternative. Sticking with the basketball theme. A little Tracy McGrady action. I've been picking up McGrady because he is a Hall of Fame player from that era that is very cheap and inexpensive at this point. So if I can pick his cards up for a few dollars, they're fun to pick up. And he was a tremendous player again before injuries kind of cut short his career. And then I bought one of these 97 SB Authentic Tim Duncans the other day. So I picked this up for a few bucks as well. Really cool set. And you notice a trend here. I'm picking these up in near mint to mid 8s because I'm not buying these as like investment pieces. These are just things to keep me ingrained in the hobby, something that I enjoy doing. Here's a guy that's way under the radar, and I've been doing a lot of collecting of Ray Allen. It's gotten to the point where I'll probably have to do a video solely on my Ray Allen collection. But here is a 96-97 Skybox EX2000. This is the star date insert. Not a very rare insert, but you look at what the Kobe Bryant rookies for these are going. If this was a Kobe Bryant card, it'd probably be over $1,000. That being said, Ray Allen doesn't get the love, but he's probably the second best rookie to get in that Stardate 2000 subset. So that EX 2000, a very popular set as the Kobe continues to climb in popularity and value. Start picking up some of the other stars from that set. And Ray Allen is a guy who I hope will piggyback off some of the success of Kobe Bryant's cars shooting up. He's definitely deserving to Hall of Famer with just under 25,000 career points. Probably one of the best three-point shooters to ever play the game, and won championships with 2 separate teams with the Heat and the Celtics. But that's for another day. This Jeff Kent, I literally paid under $2 for this in a mint 9. So a little bit of baseball for you baseball fans out there. I know that's primarily my channel, and I haven't been showing hardly any baseball. But sorry, guys. A little bit of vintage football as the football season starts winding up. Coming around the corner here. I love the 55 Bowman, so I've got a couple commons here. Just look at the colors on those. Wow. I paid a few bucks for these in a Probstein auction. He had quite a few of them for sale. I got them purely for the eye appeal. That's just the collector in me, man. I'm a sucker for these 55 Bowman football cards. This Hugh Taylor cracked me up. He was a really good player, but he kind of looks like Don Knotts in this. You know, it's like, could you imagine if he showed up at a training camp for a current team today looking like that? It would be like, dude, the front office is upstairs, man. Oh, no, I'm a player. This guy's a little bit more, fits the bill. He looks like a beefy kid. Here, William Brown, the Packers. I love the way the colors, the background, and the way they do kind of the halo effect around these cards. It was really cool. This Charlie Trippier, I think he's a Hall of Famer. All-purpose guy. He could do anything, quarterback, running back, offense, defense. He did it all. But just look, the halo effect, again, is a little bit more noticeable with that blue background. But the Chicago Cardinals, man, that's taking it back. But just cool vintage pieces there that I got very inexpensively. Let's leave it at that. Manning's cards are taken off, as they should. And if you look back, I invested about $4,000 in Peyton Manning cards a couple months ago. And intended for that investment to be more of a long-term, but already reaping the rewards of that as several things. His Bowman Chrome card, which I thought I paid way too much for a couple months ago. It spiked, then dipped, and I thought, boy, man, it's going to be a while for me to earn that back. And it's more than almost doubled what I paid for just a few months ago when I overpaid for it. So that's a card that's rising. Here's a really cool 98 Pacific Omega O-line. I love pieces that kind of dictate where history was, right? It tells a little bit about the history. Now, 55 Bowman Tops with that color TV, and baseball does this. This does this as well because it's got the computer down there. Like in 98, that was the first time I'd ever even been on, like used a computer, been online, not used a computer, but been online and had an email account. I was on the USS Abraham Lincoln in the United States Navy, and they gave me my first email account in the summer of 1998. As novel as that sounds, that's just the reality of the time back then. The computer was just coming into its own era. And that look at the old floppy disk on there. It's a pretty cool card in my opinion. And then a couple low-end press pass inserts here. Here's the headbutt from Manning in his Tennessee Volunteers uniform. Here's a cool trophy case card. I bought these for around $8 to $10 a piece. Bundled them up with combined shipping. Didn't break the bank on them, so don't panic. I'm not paying top dollar for these. These are just fun pieces to the collection. Not looking to get rich off these, just enjoying the collecting of some cool Peyton Manning rookie cards. I still believe Manning is undervalued. He's still a guy that has a lot of potential for his cards to grow because people just aren't thinking about Peyton Manning right now. They're thinking all about Tom Brady and Drew Brees, drooling all over their cards, sleeping on the Mannings. Here's a guy, Earl Campbell, one of the great running backs of all time. Heisman lore here at Texas, won it in 77. I love that he has this initialed Heisman Trophy, 77, Earl Campbell. Back when signatures mattered, man. You can still actually tell, like nowadays, you know, a Panini signature is, you know, just, if you're lucky to get the guy's initials on it, you're doing well. As I wrap this up, I wanted to showcase some bigger items. These are not for me, these are for a friend. So as the hobby gets more popular, I've had several friends come up to me and be like, hey, Dave, what should I invest in here? Should invest in there? And they didn't feel comfortable doing it themselves. So I said the other day at breakfast with a buddy of mine, if you want $500 to invest in football cards, these are the two cards that I'd recommend. That would be this 81 Montana. I got this for $300 in a best offer. It's starting to peak a little bit. But boy, at $300 for an Airman to Mint 8, still undervalued. I think this card has got the potential to go $600 and beyond here in the immediate future. And sticking with that theme, the Jerry Rice rookie as well. Paid a little under $200 for that. That's what these are going for right now. And this is a card that ultimately I think could be over $300, $400 in the near term, just because it's out of sight, out of mind right now. And you see guys like Randy Moss cards spiking. And then as football comes back, people really don't appreciate the difficulty of this 86 Topps. It's a very tough card to grade. And it was really before sports football cards blew up. So these are two of the top cards I think I consider for the 80s. That and the 84's got a couple great quarterbacks as well. But these are two cards that I thought for my buddy can't miss for $500. And then he's a big Oakland Raiders fan, so this is just maybe the best cornerback to ever play the game. So I did a best now offer. Woodson's cards are starting to get a little bit more attention, but he's still under the radar. And I say that tongue in cheek because I'm still picking his stuff up and I don't want to compete with any of you out there for his stuff. But Woodson cards, man, get them now while the getting is good. So I'll just leave it at that. But I picked this up for him for 22 bucks plus shipping. But that's my mail day for myself and my friend. Once again, everyone, I appreciate your posts, your comments. I'll talk to you again soon.